Guardians in the Bronx tonight to play the Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, who pretty much right up there with the Guardians. Have one more win, but otherwise, 72 and 52 is where the Guardians sit right now. Yankees have 73 wins. First of three there. Mary made it very clear she's not going, even though it's literally across the street.
You wouldn't give me the day off.
I'm sorry?
You wouldn't give me the day off, remember? I said I have to go
I
at
don't recall that.
1 p.m.
Right, you said you'd have to leave at 1 for the 7:05 first pitch.
It's a long way.
Even though Yankee Stadium is literally like up the street from you.
It's a long way, Alan. My God, you don't even understand New York.
Hey, Guardians, Yankees tonight. Who's on the Yankees now? Who's the big guy on the Yankees?
Aaron Judge, who is having playing some of the best baseball of all time.
Right.
He's got, I think, 40-something home runs. I think maybe 43 or 44 now. And he's batting like 320, which usually when someone's hitting that many home runs, they're lucky if they're batting 300. But he's killing it.
Yeah.
It's really impressive to see.
Well, that is tonight here on WMMS, your FM home for Cleveland Guardians baseball, and on the iHeartRadio app. That'll be a 7:05 first pitch. So shortly after we roll out at 6:30, get into your pregame there. And it's a very exciting time, not only for Guardians fans, not only for Yankees fans, but for fans of my Chicago White Sox, who finally won 30 games.
Hey!
That took so long.
The season's almost over.
We're talking about them winning 27 games like at the beginning of
2
August.
weeks ago.
Yeah, it took. Oh wow. Oh.
My White Sox are
30
an
wins,
historically
hey, you did it.
bad team. I had every lack of confidence that they would do it, but they are finally.
That's the Grady Sizemore effect.
There you go.
You get
yeah,
him in there.
the interim
and then 2 weeks later, boom.
skipper of the Chicago White Sox. Boy, White Sox legend Jim Thome must just be pulling his hair out there in the front
ready to
office.
come back home to Cleveland.
Probably just pulling his hair out, wondering, how can I bring back the magic that I brought to this franchise those many years ago? What can I do so that I can inject my own expertise and abilities into what is my favorite baseball organization of all time? And I don't know what he's come up with. But 30 and 96 is where they sit. Now, I will be surprised if they win 35 games. I'm going to move the chains on you a little bit here. So as far as the AL Central goes, suffice to say there's a huge gap between the White Sox and the other teams. They are, of course, dead last in Major League Baseball and dead last in the division. By comparison, the fourth-place team, Detroit Tigers, have 61 wins. They have that is your gap.
Not good.
No, that's your gap. Well, the Tigers,
it's not great.
It's hit or miss with the Tigers every year. But they have 61 wins compared to the White Sox 30. So anyway, when people try to troll me on the White Sox,
it's like, dude, they're too bad.
You might as well be pissing in the wind, right? It has zero effect on me whatsoever. At this point, we have to revel in their lack of ability to make things happen out there. And that's reflected in the attendance. White Sox fans, to my eternal chagrin, are fair weather fans, even when the team is doing relatively well. Those seasons are few and far between. But I was reading about a guy, my C team, the Toronto Blue Jays. I was reading about a guy who might set the record or hold a data point for being the only guy to ever play for two teams in the same game, because he was playing for the Blue Jays and they were playing the Red Sox, and the game got rained out. So they have to replay the rest of the game or something. But in the interim, he got traded to the Boston Red Sox. So now he will have played for both teams in the same statistical game. Obviously not the same day. But, hey, everybody's looking for a little stat.
That's a fun
one. A little
one.
asterisk next to their name, and the weirder the better.
That's just crazy that it's still going to be a continuation of the game.
Yeah.
That's strange.
They have cast Nicolas Cage as John Madden.
That's official now?
Yeah.
That's a weird casting.
Amazon Studios is doing this. David O. Russell, who is this guy has a reputation for being a nightmare as a director. George Clooney said it's the worst experience I ever had in my life.
Did he?
I think David O. Russell directed Three Kings. He did I Heart Huckabees.
Yeah.
There's a viral video of
I
him
Heart Huckabees is one of my
screaming
favorite. Yeah.
at Lily Tomlin about 15 years ago.
And they're on a set, and he goes out of frame on the set and then comes back in a different way, but he's screaming the whole time. So you just hear his voice get quieter and quieter. Then as he walks back on camera, screaming again. It's a very funny video, just other than screaming at Lily Tomlin, which you should never do.
Yeah, David O. Russell made my life miserable. He's a miserable F, is what George Clooney called him. But he's a good director. He did American Hustle, and he did Silver Linings Playbook, and he did The Fighter and Three Kings. So he's a good director, but people who work with him have very, very different experiences. Some people say he's great, whatever. Cast Nicolas Cage to play John Madden.
There's a few people that have gone back and worked with him again because they like the experience.
Yeah.
So maybe he's chilled out a little bit over the years because I Heart Huckabees was 20 years ago now.
Never got around to actually seeing I Heart Huckabees.
I tried to watch it. It was not.
I heard it was really bad.
Yeah,
like
it
it had all the makings of what should have been a great movie. Because that was
Jason
Wait a
Schwartzman
minute.
and
Yeah.
Lily
Jude
Tomlin.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a ensemble cast. It almost had a feeling like it was supposed to be almost a Wes Anderson type cast and feel to
Mark
it.
Wahlberg was in there, right?
He may have been,
Yeah, he
It
was.
was a big
Yeah.
cast.
Yeah.
but it did not hit.
So Nicolas Cage, I imagine they'll have to put some prosthetics on him or something. So
Here's a
he'll,
guy.
What's that?
That's what Madden always says. Here's a guy.
Here's a guy.
Here's a guy that's got prosthetics on him.
So Nicolas
Just
Cage,
get- what's his face? Caliendo.
Frank Caliendo to
Yeah.
play, put him under some stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, he must be kicking himself. He's like, what am I out here? What am I doing? I made a career off of doing John Madden and nothing. Maybe they're not going for the voice. Maybe they're not. Anyway, so Nicolas Cage has been cast to play John Madden. This is a guy who has redefined. We've come full circle on Nicolas Cage. For a long time, people laughed at him because he was in a lot of debt, so he never said no to anything because he needed the money. But in the process of doing that, he really stumbled into some gems or made them that way because of who he is. And so now he's going to play John Madden. Working title of the film, Long Balls.
Okay.
He should just use the long legs mask from the movie to play John Madden. They can probably carve away some of that foam. Doesn't he have like a fake mask in the movie, Mary? I still haven't
No.
seen it. Oh.
Just go see it. He's not wearing a mask, but it's not Nicolas Cage's face. They definitely put some prosthetics.
That's what I
or
mean. They put something
on
on him, but in the movie, is that supposed to be his face, or he's had work done in the movie?
It's supposed to be his face. That
Wow.
he's just like a really odd-looking guy.
Okay.
They don't really ever address it, and he's a weirdo. So
Okay. No, I still haven't seen it. And I really don't want to. I do want to see it while it's out. I just I took my one movie day recently and opted to go see Alien Romulus.
How was that?
Brian saw it.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, listen, there's only so much you can do with that franchise. Like, you know what it's going to be. The timing of it, they set it between the first two Alien movies. I like that a lot because it still kind of had that grimy, sweaty, kind of late 70s look to it. So I did enjoy that. It was good. I liked it.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
A lot of angry looking dudes by themselves in that movie theater. And yeah, no, it was good. It's making a lot of money. They weren't sure how it was going to go. It got a lot of buzz because the dude who directed it is the guy that rebooted The Evil Dead and has done really, really good work with horror and sci-fi films. And so, yeah, it'll be probably a $500 million movie when all is said and done. The female lead is great. This girl, Kaylee Spaney, she's awesome. She was in Civil War. She was in the show Devs that was on Hulu that not a lot of people saw a few years ago with Nick Offerman, but that was real good too. So yeah, it was entertaining. Again, you kind of know what you're getting with that franchise. It's like the 7th or 8th movie, so they're not really gonna. There's a little Easter eggs at the end or whatever.
What was the one? a few years ago with Danny McBride.
Covenant.
Covenant. Okay.
Yeah, Alien Covenant.
Yeah. Was that the last one that there was?
Yeah, because they did Prometheus.
Yeah.
Those Numi Rapace films. They did Prometheus and they did Alien Covenant with Charlize Theron. I like those too. Those were great. Those were further down the timeline, but you know.
They were like the beginning of the whole xenomorph existing.
Well,
right?
I was looking at it, somebody laid out the movies
timeline?
in the timeline, and the very first one was like Alien versus Predator. And
Yeah,
then you
let's not
go
even count
into
that,
I
yeah.
like that. I like that one, man. I don't know if I'm in the minority. I thought Alien versus Predator was dynamite. But
The first one you thought was dynamite?
yeah, with
I
Sanaa
thought
Lathan in it.
I thought it was fun, but it just felt like a regular. I don't know. It was fine. It was not, but I wouldn't say I loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Hey, Gaylord.
Hey, gang.
Mary, you notice Gaylord didn't
Thank
call
you,
when
Mr.
Bill was
Cox.
gone.
I did notice.
Yeah.
He's Bill's hype man. Always
Yeah.
pimping out his shows.
Sure is.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I love you all. You all mean a lot to me. Yeah. And Bill's been really good to me, so I got to say thank you, Bill.
You're welcome, Gaylord. I just like to treat people how I want to be treated. It's called the golden rule.
Bill Squire.
And Mary could learn a thing or two from me,
Mm-hmm.
probably.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I hope to meet her personally when she has her show.
What if you meet her
So,
publicly? Is that okay too?
What if I just gave you her address and you can
No,
go to New
well,
York?
you don't have my address.
No.
Bill doesn't even have your address in
I don't
Queens.
think he does.
Wow.
No. No.
See, he understands
Oh
boundaries.
boy, my wife would shoot me if I got your address.
Wow. She's
Nope,
protective
nope.
of Gaylord.
Yeah,
How about that? She'd shoot him
Oh,
if he got Mary's
my
address. Wow. Well, fourth time's a charm, right?
she's my doll.
Yep.
You know, she watches over me. So
Mhm.
actually, she's my boss. So I got to be good. But anyway, I just wanted to check in with y'all and tell you, hey, I'm glad to hear that everybody's back there, and I love you all.
All right, Gaylord.
And thank you, MMS. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. Why was he thanking MMS, by the
I
way?
don't know.
because that's the reason we're all here together.
Mm.
But we wouldn't all be on this show together if it wasn't for WMMS.
I see. Well, that's probably the shortest Gaylord call we've ever had. He just wanted to dip his head in, Mary, and welcome Bill back to the program.
That's nice of him.
Is what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he likes posting on Facebook a lot.
Oh, does he really?
Oh yeah.
Well, he is 70 years old,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
it's. You follow him on Facebook?
We're Facebook friends.
Really? Oh, look at you.
Well, it's because the one time I had a show and it was getting canceled, and I wanted to make sure that he didn't go all the way out there because it was like an hour and a half away from his house.
Mhm.
So yes, and I use Facebook.
You just didn't want
I use the Facebook on a PC.
You just didn't want to.
Why are you
You just didn't want to let that one sit. This is Gaylord logging onto Facebook. What do you think? He's on his phone on Facebook? He's sitting at a
Probably.
desk on a computer on Facebook.
Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
I think we probably guess. Bill in Lakewood.
Hey, Al. Hate the show. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Bill.
And Mary,
Yo.
from a gambler. Congratulations.
Hey.
Wow.
Thank you, brother.
I always get 14 out of 15, and I never see the symbol you need for the grand prize. So congratulations.
Thank you. He's talking about the specific game that I played. You have to, during the bonus game, you have to collect 15 trains, and it's very difficult to do. And he's saying he's only ever gotten to 14 trains.
I was going to say, Bill, what is the biggest haul that you've ever gotten from a casino?
Probably about 10 years ago, Jack Casino, I ended up 106 free games I had to sit through.
Jeez.
And I was close to Mary's total, but trust me, it took like an hour to sit there at like midnight on a Tuesday night. And the best part,
At least
right
it's
at the
not
machine,
sad.
they pay you all cash in $100 bills, and every person's looking at you, whether you wanted them to or not. So,
Well, so how much
That
did you
was,
walk away with?
oh, 7,700.
7,700. Okay.
See, spend a little back. Have
Yeah.
some fun.
Wow.
But as Mary says, you don't take taxes out because if you go over the whole year, you've spent all that and put it back. So
Okay.
true gambler does. But the most important reason I call, Alan,
Yeah.
I finally met someone that loves Alien versus Predator, which
me.
was one of the
Yeah.
best.
Oh,
movies.
good for you.
Yeah.
Well, it explained how the aliens, how the Predators got to.
It's
You
the
know,
it's
how
the
they
first
go-
movie in the
Oh,
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah. Set in 2004.
Yeah. The other crazy one. Did you ever watch Alien Prometheus? Did I get that right?
I've seen all of them. Love them. Yeah. Michael Fassbender and yeah, Charlize
that
Theron.
one was. Yeah, that was pretty creepy too. So, but it's a great franchise if you. Yes, some aren't well made as others, but the timeline is awesome on that.
Big fan. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to the casino in a little bit. So,
Good luck. Play the
Hey,
train
good luck.
game.
All right. Thank you, Bill. There is